Hello everybody, thank you for joining me again today. I'm Lee from thecraftyspark.co.uk, and in today's video we're going to be using these super cute wooden elements. I think they're called, yes, they're called butterfly I can't say that quick. Butterfly elements, that's what they're called, and they are in this year's celebration brochure. But what I want to do is I'm going to use them to make a really cute scissor charm. See, I've got my butterfly shirt on as well today, which is what made me think of doing it. Amazing the things you get inspired by, isn't it? Today it's my shirt. So we're going to be using these. We're also going to be using Highland Heather, Whisper White Craft Ink and Balmy Blue. Now, as you've probably seen, these are not the normal stamp cases. I don't use the normal stamp cases because I have problems with my fingers and I find them really hard to open. So these are actually old stamp pads that I've washed the ink out and recoloured them with the ring, because you could do it. Makes a big mess, as you've probably seen in some of my other videos, but never mind. So we've got those. I've also got some sponge daubers, and I've got Grapefruit Grove Twine. Now all together, I've actually got 3 bits of this, but all together I have got about 1.7 meters or 68 inches, and I've cut it so that I've got 2 pieces. Whoops, that's the long bit, hang on. 2 pieces that are about 16 inches or 40 centimeters, and the bit left over, which is about 90 centimeters or 36 inches. Now, to make life a little bit easier for myself, I have also got my needle threaders. Yeah, that's what they're called, isn't it? Needle threaders, yeah. If you're all nice and fancy, you could probably do it with your fingers, but I can't. I need a needle threader. Now, what you are going to need from this little lot here is you want 1 small flower, 1 big flower. Oops. Oh, the butterfly fell out of that one. Never mind. Put them over there and that one over there. And 1. Oh, if I can get out. Be careful as you push these out, because if you don't watch what you do, and you can actually snap them. Oh, that one's a little bit rough on the edge. There we go. Let's pull that off. Yeah, 1. What size butterfly is that? A small fancy butterfly. There we go. That's what we call it. Now then, what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to use Whisper White ink. I'm just thinking, do I need a scrappy bit of paper? Yeah, because otherwise I'm going to get it all over myself, aren't I? Tell you what, I'm just going to use a tissue. That'll do. Right. Nice and neatly folded tissue. Lovely. Right. Okay. Let's go with the medium flower. Now I'm using this one first because with this craft ink, it takes a little while to dry. Now, I am going to dry them with my heat tool, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is. So all I've done, you could obviously just stick the element straight in the ink. That's the easiest thing to do, but I end up with it all over my hands. So what I've done is I've got it on the dauber. All right, so 1 with white. Now the blue one, for Balmy Blue, again, like I said, you could just dunk it, but I found that when you're actually putting these in ink, they go quite dark. They don't end up the same colour as the actual ink. So oh, I was going to show you one that I was practicing with earlier to see the colouring, but I think I might have thrown it away. Oh, never mind. But if you dunk it, you're going to get a very dark colour. Now, I don't want dark. I only want it light, because if it's too dark, it doesn't go with the Grapefruit Grove. I mean, obviously you could use a different colour twine, get away with it that way, but I wanted to use the Grapefruit Grove because, well, to be honest, I seem to have loads of it. I don't know why I've got so much. Oh, I know why I've got so much. It's because I had it from one of the kits, which I can't remember what it's called, but it was one of the kits and it came in one of the kits, and I decided not to use as much as was on there, so I ended up with a load of it left over. Like you do. Right. Okay. Same with the Highland Heather, because again, if you dunk it, it ends up very dark. In fact, it ends up, if you dunk it, it goes a bit like, for those major Stampin' Up enthusiasts like me, it goes the same sort of colour as Elegant Eggplant, which was one of our older colours that was a really, 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 really rich, deep purple colour. Just like an eggplant, really, or aubergine, as we call them in the UK. Now I'm just dabbing this one because this one seems to really, really soak in, this colour. And as I said, I want to keep it fairly light. There we go. Now then, let's get these dried off. When you're drying them, however you decide to dry them, oh, I'm just grabbing my heat tool. Just mind your fingers. Oh my goodness, I burnt my fingers earlier and it's really, really sore. Where's my pokey tool? Oh, there we go. They tend to sort of blow everywhere, and that's why I wanted a pokey tool. Now I'm going to do the white one first because this one takes the longest to dry, and I'm going to fast forward this bit. So not only will it not deafen you when I put my heat tool on, but also you won't have to sit around waiting for me to dry them. All right? Okay. Back in a sec. There we go. All nice and dried. Now then. Okay, I need, where are we? Right, this is one of the shorter pieces of Grapefruit Grove, and I'm going to tie a knot in the end. You don't have to do this, but I found that if you do this, your little charms don't move up and down so much. Now, I want to make sure I have enough room because I need that. I want that to be able to double up and look all cute. So I'm doing quite a big knot on the end, which you might think is a bit unnecessary, but you'll see why when I've finished. So I can get, I can easily get my thumb in there. Now then, this is where we get a little bit fingers and thumbs. So what I want to do is I'm going to thread, look, can you see? I've already muddled it up a little bit. Thread it in once, and then I want to go from the opposite side and thread it in again. Now well, I was going to say I might get away without using my needle threader, but I don't think I'm going to. Never mind, it doesn't matter. All right, so I've gone one way, one the other way. So it's looking like that. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same thing again, but this time I'm going to use the bigger flower. So I'm going to go in one way. Oop. What way in did I go? That's it. I went in that way, and then look, if you pull it like that, makes your hole a bit bigger. Back through the other way. It's like a little sewing lesson, this, isn't it? And then slide them up. All right. So try, if you can, and keep your twine or string or whatever you want to call it fairly even. All right, can you see I'm holding on to the end? It's so that I can make sure I've got it relatively even. I don't want it really tight, but then I also don't want it loose. If you go too tight, it tends to look a bit weird. Now, this one, I'll be honest, when I did this earlier, I got in a bit of a muddle with this one. And yeah, I think I might be getting in a muddle again. Right, okay, no I'm not. I'm going to go through that little loop there. And then, whoop, back through that loop there. That's it. There we go. Isn't it amazing how your brain can get things confused? Oh, wow. Just like this actually, because look, I've got it confused already. Okay, so that goes that way. I want a nice big loop on this side, so I need to go on this side, don't I? On the other side. Oh, what was it I was saying just then? About your brain getting confused? Apparently it has something to do with the left and the right hemispheres. Yeah, I know. That was my son telling me that the other day. Mum, you can't do it because your brain doesn't work that way. Your brain works the other way. It's like, oh, okay. Whatever you say. Whoops. Hang on, I'm just trying to pull that thread or twine or string again, whatever we're calling it. Do you know what? I'm going to do what I did just then. Stick it around that finger. Now, this time, you want to try and get it pretty much the way you want it to be, because we're going to tie this off now. And we don't want it, like I said, not too loose, not too tight. But if I lay it down, can you see it's just got a little bit of room in between them? And then I want to just tie that end off. Is it concentrating? Can't talk when I'm concentrating. I think I must say that on nearly all my videos. Oh, going quiet now because I've got to concentrate. Maybe if I'd gone quiet when I was threadling it, I would have threadled it. Rather than getting confused with it. Right, there we go. Okay, so there's our start. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a tassel, and that's why you've got this longer piece. Now this is very, very simple. Fold it in half, fold it in half again, and in half again. All right, so I've done, should we do that again? In half 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 times. Pop it on between those 2 that you was just using and tie a knot. Now, you want your knot to be pretty tight. Whoops. Otherwise, you risk your tassel coming undone. So I'm actually going to double it and do 2 knots. Okay. Now when you fold it over like that, you can't even see your knot. Well, actually you could then. Just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Right, so we fold it over like that. Now this other piece that you have, we're actually going to separate the threads on this one because I don't want a big bit of chunky twine. I want, oh come on, see, fingers aren't working. This is why I have my trusty pokey tool. I love my pokey tool. Mind you, I still can't do it even with a pokey tool. Look, goodness me, what's going on today? Okay, got it. I've got it. I've got it. Right. That's a verb, isn't it? So separate the threads because like I said, you only want the narrow bit. There we go. Oh, I've broken it. If you do break it, don't worry, because you only want one bit of it anyway. And now we're going to wrap this to make a finished tassel. So I'm just going to wrap it round just a few times, not counting. And then, whoops, this is where we go a little bit fiddly again. Come on, I'm going to stay in my hands, they're all inky. Oh well, never mind. So, tighten, I think I'll do 2 knots again, just in case, because I know what I'm like with my things, and I'm going to finish it with a little bow. Whoops, well I would do if I could tie a bow, oh my word. Do you ever have days like this where you're all fingers everywhere and your hands don't work? And I bet you young people don't. Mind you, not that I'm ancient. That made me sound like I was about 100 then, didn't it? No, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant, well, I don't actually know what I meant really. Young people like my daughter. There we go. Yeah, like my daughter, who is spring chicken. There. Okay, scissors. Dun, da, da. Just going to snip that off. If you wanted to make sure that was really secure, you could always dab a little bit of glue there if you needed to, but I'm not going to bother today. What I am going to do though is just show you how to finish this off. Now this is super easy. Just cut through all the loops like that, and then bunch them all together, and we're just going to snip it off. Whoops, I'm holding it quite tight. Just snip it off like that. Okay, there you go. There's your little tassel. Now then, shall we see if it goes on my scissors, because this is where I want my one to go. Let's have a look. Now, big loop, obviously, because I needed to get the butterfly through. And if I didn't have a big loop, there's no way that butterfly would be going through there, is there? You could actually make this already attached to scissors. So if you were going to give it to, give them to somebody for a present, for example, you could put this on and make it attached to the scissors. I'm not that brave. As you can see, I can't even make it when it's not attached to the blooming scissors. But there we go. Ha! Done it. Ha ha ha! We've done it. There. So there is my little scissor charm for you for today. Looking all nice and cute and pretty. What do you think? Do you like that? Yeah, we're going that way. That's a good view, isn't it? Look. There we go. Let's put my lid back on. My scissors before I stab myself. Whoops. I was running the right way anyway. And I did all that without needing my needle threader. Get me. Right, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that quick tutorial today. Well, I say quick. It wasn't quick, was it? But it was cute. It's a nice, cute little tutorial. Do you know, I like that colour scheme so much. I think I'm actually going to make a card using that same colour scheme, because that colour scheme is also on the butterfly paper, the botanical butterfly paper, which is also in the Celebration catalogue. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm going to make a card to go with it. Yes, I shall do that. Right, that will be coming up in another video fairly soon, but until then, I wish you adieu, and I will see you again another day. Take care for now. Bye.